Kwaba. See you. Good morning.
Good morning, Captain Smart.
And I'm very well called here.
We patch on Yanko Pondum.
Ghana, my animal here, why? Bronze the number is 02441. The Academy more. Yao, gentle. Or cash or no. No. When you're one, I'm sure that no.
Commander, I mean, shows and cabins.
Oh, what do you say? Yes, I did. It's your hog back on Soy and Tim all the way from the United States of America, Atlanta, Georgia, a ho and a ofi ebaye ono na ye special assistant Hana Sani Ebe Kanwagana happy Emma Mayor war Atlanta, Georgia. Nedida Franklin, Franklin, he's an accomplished 20-year professional with a comprehensive and very impressive background in business management that includes experience in city government, advertising, sales, digital marketing, and accounts management. In addition, he has more than 11 years of direct leadership experience with central focus in community relations. This includes being a former 3-time elected Lithonia City councilman who served as a lead as committee zoning administrator, personnel, human resources, and cultural and arts. In addition, he served as a former chairman and vice chairman of Lithonia Downtown Development Authority, which has the central function of increasing economic development. Two of his favorite projects while serving duly as the chairman and then councilman included the reactivation of the Lithonia amphitheater, which launched the summer and then concert series. Another project includes the completion of a joint brokered deal with the city and the private developer to create granite crossings, about a $10 million affordable housing apartment complex anchored in the heart of the city to create a pedestrian-friendly walk to businesses. One of Mr. Franklin's highlights at City Councilman also included an invitation to the White House, Washington, D.C. in 2011. Franklin, good morning and welcome to Ghana.
Good morning. I am so excited to be here in Ghana, in particular right here in Accra. And then when you throw on actually your first time arriving in Africa, all of Africa, it's been a tremendous welcome to be here and to have that lifetime experience. I didn't know when it would come, but I knew it was coming sooner or later.
So your first time on the soil Africa, how do you feel?
I feel wonderful. When you think about it, the year of the return is something that is definitely fresh on the minds of African Americans in the United States. And as you know, the president here has done a phenomenal job of promoting that. And what we want to do is actually give our people an opportunity to get exposed to that, because coming back here to our native land has so much significant meaning to us. It adds more purpose. It adds more destination, destiny in terms of who we are as a people. It wasn't until that I actually took a DNA test that I actually got more familiar with the region in which I come from. So, and learning where my father's roots come from here in Africa. So all those things add so much more purpose and identity to you. So you just really appreciate every moment that you have to actually come here. And to, as I'm out here, I'm enjoying Accra, and I'm seeing, what I call entrepreneurs, because they're on the streets and they're like, as I recall, Akipong telling me, it says, there's no need to go to the mall. You get the mall on the street. And I really didn't believe him until I started seeing it. I started seeing some of the things that were being promoted. So it's been quite an experience to see that and having that opportunity here to be here.
So tracing your roots, you're proud to be a Ghanaian.
Yeah. You can add me in there. You can add me in there. Absolutely.
Okay. Your experience as a councilman and being with a city mayor, trying to put things together, what experience have you been able to gather that you think that you're coming to Africa? I'm sure this is not going to be the first and not going to be the last. What do you think can impact our economy, our up-and-coming entrepreneurs?
Sure. In regards to that, I think my city councilman experience has provided me a unique opportunity to serve people and really to identify ways that we can actually improve our areas. When I think about this, my experience and my role, which my role in terms of title with what I do with my present position is the Senior Director of Community and Cultural Affairs. So with me having the depth of experience as a city councilman, it actually adds more vision and more focus in terms of expanding the horizon and the direction that we're going. Initially when we started, international relations wasn't even on the table. It's just that because of my experience in the city of Stonecrest, we have one of the largest Caribbean carnivals in North America. And as we'll talk a little bit more about the city of Stonecrest and why it's significant. And that carnival attracts 25,000 people from all over the globe. So I began to explain to the mayor, okay, we really need to kind of expand more internationally and expand our relationships. And so how do we end up on an international stage in the first place is because we have many diaspora that actually live inside of our city. And by them living in the city, they actually present to us, in most cases, the need or desire for us to interact with their nation. So if you can imagine, you're thousands of miles away from home, and then all of a sudden you have a city that wraps their arms around you and embraces you, creates events and activities centered around your mission and focus, it adds a lot more value to those citizens. So we've had, in terms of relationships, it extends. We have sister city relationships in Guyana. With that being in mind, we have 3 sister cities, New Amsterdam, Linden, and Georgetown, the capital. So we create events. One of the events that we've created is the Stonecrest Guyana Symposium. We had more than 200 people show up, and it was one of our largest events that we had. So it really kind of attributes to the amount of engagement that it brings whenever we, present ourselves and create the opportunities that we would have ordinarily overlooked.
So, your first time, what brings you to Africa, Ghana specifically?
Well, one of the unique things that really centers us in Africa, and when we think about it, one of the missions that I want to do is to include, all African descent from the Caribbeans, Africa itself, to develop relationships. One of the things that I've noticed is that a lot of the relationships are broken. There's no business interaction between each other. And so how do you fix that? Or if there is business interaction, it's not across all cities. And so with us being a new city, which is founded by Mayor Jason Larry, which is absolutely phenomenal, it allows us to do something that's totally different. We create our own mode. We create our own form. Someone asked the question, last night, I was in a meeting, and they were like, well, how do we do business with you? And I was my primary response is that this is why I'm here, so that we can create a new mode, we can create a new form. Wouldn't you like to be at the table as we create that new mode, and you get a chance to give your input as a business person on how that relationship could form and grow? So that's kind of the uniqueness of the situation for us in the city of Stonecrest versus being a fully established city.
Is the paradigm something specific, dealing with individuals, or you dealing with Ghana as a country?
Well, as I like to put it, you got to deal nation to nation,
Okay.
city to city.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really the mode and direction that we go.
Okay.
State to state. I guess in that case it may be region, as it may apply to here. Ghana is already doing billions of dollars in terms of trade with the United States right now. One of the areas and opportunities that Ghana can really wrap their hands around right now is that we have the U.S. Embassy that's already stationed here. We have with the commerce section. So having that already sitting here, it's already a tool for a person who wants to engage and do business across the pond, to be able to do business that way. So the opportunity is already there. So how do you apply it? So here arrives the city of Stonecrest, and we were looking at the opportunities to do that. And part of the reason that we're here is because Dr. Kwaku Oteng, really created an opportunity for engagement for us.
Okay.
And when you have that purpose of a business person who says, hey, we'd really like to engage with you and really kind of discover what opportunities that you may have inside of your city and how we could actually merge the two. Okay. So being here really gives me an opportunity to look at the operations that are established here, to get an opportunity actually to tour the facilities, so we can understand exactly what type of business that he has, and then we can kind of determine, where we could, make the two merge.
Okay. So how did you do the selection?
Exactly.
How did you come by selecting Kwaku Oteng?
Oh, great. One of the things that we have established is that we have a Pan-African consultant that we work with.
All right.
So which means that his relationships are so dynamic all across Africa, and really primarily over the globe. So the mayor and I end up in conversations that we ordinarily would not have touch with. And Dr. Kwaku Oteng came across the table, and I said, I definitely want to meet this guy, because when you look at his accomplishments, you talk about the philanthropy side, you talk about one of the things that we want to do is actually to honor him with a key to the city, which is also one of the purposes.
The key to the city.
Key to the city. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the key to the city is I guess if I were to put it, it could be like someone getting a chieftaincy ceremony.
Okay.
So which means it's something to be proud of, something that creates your own
So officially
legacy.
he becomes part of the city.
Correct. And getting that type of official recognition, presidents have it. In the United States, we have, say for example, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Okay.
That's an award that a president would give. So in terms of a city, one of the highest awards that you can get is actually getting a key to the city. So it's symbolic, it's ceremonial, it honors a person who's made significant.
So it's one of the biggest honors.
It's one of the biggest honors that you could get. So having done that, I'm excited to honor him. I thought I'd get a chance to really lay that key on him here, but he says, no, the mayor's not here. Let's do it in the United States.
Okay. So that comes with the ceremony to
Correct.
actually hand the key over to him.
Yes.
What are some of the things that comes along with he being handed over the key to the city?
Well, it's really simple. It's the key. What I would say that it's anytime that you have someone that has an opportunity, in his case, it's international. So you're getting international recognition. For example, he's in communications. He has a dynamic product. What's this drink?
I don't go next level.
The Next Level drink.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's use that for an example. He decides that he wants to do business in the United States with that drink. One of the things that he could say is that I've been honored by a sitting mayor. Not only just a sitting mayor, a mayor that is a founder of a city. The city of Stonecrest is the first city, majority African American city, to be created in the United States in terms of majority since slavery. So with that being said, you're talking about an individual, Mayor Jason Larry, that will have a statue erected in his name because of the significance and accomplishment.
Wow.
So it's not just the average mayor. You got a mayor who went and labored and did all the necessary work to, in our case, we could say just liberate a community, because now we have a voice. Before being established as a city, the area was called Lithonia, so it was unincorporated.
Okay.
And then what he took it presented it to the legislators, the state senators, our state legislators presented it to them, and it took a 4-year process. That means being rejected, throwing $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 out there in failed studies and getting the studies reestablished, and then getting it over to a vote. So we're marrying two people that have historic significance, and that's the importance of marrying Dr. Kwaku Oteng with the city of Stonecrest. So we're proud of that initiative.
Is he the only Ghanaian selected?
He is.
The only Ghanaian.
He is.
Now, how many do you have across Africa?
How many?
Do you have other people you're handing over
well,
the keys to in Africa? How many, if you know?
We have one person.
Just one person.
Just one person that really will stand out, and that's Dr. Arikana Chiambra
Okay.
Koro. So she has also been honored by us. And, you talk about the significance of her. One of the things you also got to keep in mind is that when we do the Key to the City, we're also creating a brand for the city. We want people to be able to recognize who we are, and we want, our city to be on the tip of your tongue. Mm-hmm. And that's what it allows us to do in regards to that. So even with Dr. Arikana, someone who has actually been very active in Ghana, very active in brandishing the French relationships, very active in making the significant changes in terms of helping Ghana to realize, and all 10 or other African countries to realize that they need to kind of separate from the French financial reserve system. So we find people that have significance, it primarily dignitaries, but also if it's not a dignitary, then it's someone as a citizen who's done something with outstanding accomplishments and who have also been through adversity.
It was a tall list. You need to shortlist to have these two important personalities across the whole of Africa.
Yeah, so one of the other areas that we will target in the future will be Nigeria.
But for now, we have only two, the whole Africa.
Ah.
And the only person in Ghana is Dr. Kwaku Oteng. Wow. Those of us working for him, we feel too proud, very proud.
You should be.
Being part of his whole large list of companies. Counting myself to be part of his employees, we range between 5,000 and 23 people. Yes, that he pays virtually every other month. He's operating 30 radio stations with 2 television stations. Talk of the Adonko Next Level and a host of other products, so many other companies, estates, all that. So sometimes when you have such a personality that you're working for, you feel proud.
Sure.
And my joy this morning is that he's not being seen only in Ghana, but this honor is coming all the way from the international community. It's not an easy thing to be handed over a key
To
to a city in the United States.
Yeah. Yes. It's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. I mean, the security background checks. I know how you guys operate. So, so we've really fetched it. We thank God for this honor. The ceremony, which form is it going to be to hand over the key to him?
Well, typically what we would do is create an opportunity for people. One of the things that I would do with my marketing background is really target the Ghanaian community that's right there. In fact, there is a Ghanaian Chamber of Commerce that's right in Metro Atlanta. So what we would do is create that base organization around him to be around to support him when he arrives. The challenge that we have right now is The United States is, of course, dealing with the coronavirus at a whole nother level. So most of the activities that we do have been circumvented or changed to some degree. So we're not really, it's like everything over here is very active. But in the United States, you know, the commerce side is kind of shuddering because we've got to get the coronavirus situation under control. So I would hope that we would probably, you know, push it at a time that it would maybe be convenient for people to come out.
Okay. We've had this before, somewhere in 2005, 6 through to 8, during the former President John Ajay Kufuor's time. We had AGWA, African Growth for Opportunity Act, that was to provide duty-free treatment to goods and services to United States between Ghana and America.
Yes.
It continued for some time and later got hung up in there. My major concern is how the business that is supposed to exist between Dr. Kwaku Oteng, who is going to have the key, Ghana and America. How do we do business together? That will be a long-lasting thing.
Sure. Well, one of the things is certainly following the proper channels, and as I've already mentioned about the U.S. Embassy. So the U.S. Embassy will help you to really select the type of products that are going to work best inside of the U.S. market.
Okay.
Let's use, for an example, United States and China. United States and China, President Donald Trump decided to slap a tariff on China. China retaliated with another tariff. So if you're a farmer and you have all your products, whether it's soybeans, peanuts, cotton, you name it, eggs, all those things, the price increases because you do not have the opportunity to sell to China in the way that you used to. So how do you make that change? So the U.S. decides to come up with a solution. And that solution is, well, how do we make that change and stop this bottleneck in the supply system? So how do you stop the supply system bottleneck? So the U.S. creates an opportunity where they pass out subsidies to farmers. Those farmers get an opportunity to utilize those subsidies to keep their businesses from going bankrupt.
Okay.
And I'm going somewhere with this. To keep their businesses from going bankrupt. Now, when you add on top of that, you know, what is the U.S.'s reaction to it? Well, on top of that, the U.S. decides that they will want to distribute money beyond just that. They want to beyond the businesses. So where do they take that money? And then what do they do with all these products that these farmers are producing? So then they enact legislation through Congress so that the citizens who are suffering through coronavirus, who are actually unemployed, now all of their products get shipped to the communities. I.e., here comes the city of Stonecrest. City of Stonecrest enacts a program that's called, the program they call it is called the CARES Act. This is the legislation that came across. So the city of Stonecrest creates a program that's called Stonecrest Cares. So when it creates Stonecrest Cares, just last week, we fed over 1,000 people.
Wow.
You're talking about not homeless people. You're talking about people that are driving through the line in Mercedes-Benz. People who have a sense of purpose, but because the economy has shifted, you know, they can't do the business as normal. Even some of them may be business owners, but because they're having to shutter their doors, then things have changed. So how does the U.S. Embassy come into fruition with that? And how do you develop that relationship? So you got to, know whether or not your product is timely. So if you get into the wrong industry at the wrong time, you know, rather than just dealing directly with Stonecrest, no, we say deal at the national level so that they can tell you exactly whether there's a tariff, whether there's any type of duties that are on that product that you're trying to distribute, so that it will make a lot more sense for you. So that's the reason why we say start from the country to country.
Okay.
Then you narrow down to state, county to county, city to city. And so what I want to do with our situation in the city of Stonecrest is to create a group of consultants who can actually work with business owners that are actually local, but get them to try to register through the U.S. Embassy, the Chamber of Commerce, the Commerce Organization, so that way they know they have a system and process of doing business, because you might not be ready to do business with us. You just think that you're ready. So you got to change your approach so that it lines up from the top. And so when you get to Stonecrest, we know that your business is in order. And if you say that you want to open up a manufacturing plant, then boom, now we're in good shape. Now we know that you're serious and you're approved to kind of move forward.
We'll enter into the specifics, but then I have for translate here, and then there what you know what.
Mebo modern.
Abaya yankwa.
Brofo nyanko da brofo. Ba yere ho. Ni nyina na sa na pe nya hoho kese na hoho kese no free America, Georgia. Kuro ya de Stonecrest. And the at the Franklin and T bow by in Quajo Bisan and Nancy and the same. No say, any chair watching a baby mammy and Yasam Ketwa. Now, Waba Gan Hano, Nania G. Papa. Because what Benjamin will be said, be some no will be Saganda said, ya hatty and ya. One catcher Sahakura, and here so Bakwa Cramo. Let me see, I will be a hamum. But I say mono and nam kwa who side as what name be beer here be a bacomono, who never bito. Ewo kwa ho. I mean, it looks like adea won't be da. Ya babe to be ewo Ghana. Na was say o mampenyin na do dankwa kufado. Adea ba kwa wa ya so o mo a ye before ye wa man ne eni pa ni year of return na wo de ba fi mu. Oh eni aboa ye papa. God's one what we say wa ye DNA nya de de hwe se obani ana wo fast ni da bi nya ne bia. DNA kire se ha na mfire aha ekuro we so na me wo baby kitwa we ha na mfire ni ade nti eba ne saa na se o mampanyini bi te so no wo se da bia bibi man ana se bibi fo wa abrochire wo mu nchi wo mo mra mehwe de ekoso e wo bibi man mu a ya Ghana ka ho ana ne ade a di mu akotene na enu nti wono ne mayor ya ode Jason Larry wono no se City of Stonecrest no mayor no no a na chichi kuro no enti wonye mayor kitwa mayor wo so na nka before ya wo wo miamia hodo wo Georgia na se sheda for mu nyehui mewie ya ne ko ho ntokwa de kopie mu wo America se Ghana nka parliament ma wo mukeka ne masie ne fie nnan na otumi eje saa eye city no de to mu nse nka Ghana ha nka ye fa nse nkran ema city no nye city ketwa na wo kire mu se ba wo banyina no hwe kuro no a City of Stonecrest na wo me festivals bebre ni ade na ne ba ni nyina no ya ade ba kopɛ na de be pie mu ha wa wo hwa na ye boss ke na ba kopɛ yewra Kwaku Oteng doctor ekanidi ho na wo hu no se ho behia se bibifo ya wo mu amanone ene ya bibifo ya wo mu Ghana ha sege se wo maye de ye na awie hu wo mu nchi no wo mbetimi anya anyankofa bi anyankofa no ho be ya na ennimu yie ene nsipi se be ya betimi ade ye hu dwadie ni ade betimi akoso ne abo aye ho no koba nkoyie papa enti na ho akohia se ubetimi ahwe no hunu nipa ba ko bi a wo no ho moden wo ye adwuma wo hwe se de wo chaade wo san ebiebie ndwuma hodo bebrebe ma bi nya bi ye no a na wo hu se meyo no se da bi nipa ba ko ye adwuma pa sa no Dr. Kwaku Oteng ya oye ya ye see ye boss chairman group chairman ebien na no ena de be pie ma ha meyo se safwa ye de ko City of Stonecrest no wo de ma no se somde Ghana ha nka ase ya boda ba so China ni na da no ye man chieftains ni bi enu bi ne ye de ama no wo ho se ni ohene kese pa Nigeria for make say igwe ba kopɛ ya omode ma no Stonecrest wo so obowura ho a wo ha obi e ni ho bi opese oye wo ho bia no wo betimi ayo adekron tie omde sa asafo ama no se wo hwɛ se dia wo bie ndwuma bebrebe ye de ye bie ne dia wo hwɛ se dia ye next level adonko hand sanitizer eni ade no otum se no papa yi na ni so ade no ho no eso na eni wo mo ankasa kro no Stonecrest no so eni so ade ho no ebetimi akoyie papa ne senti ena wo mde sa asafo no ma no ba no kra asafo no ko de hye no botom ade abaha na ko de ama Dr. Kwaku Oteng special PA to Mayor Franklin na o he say doctor se debi safa we me de Ghana ha ne say da no shata wale kra nya brochi no ko de no we asem wodo kra obo enyomo na ono we business ntini ye tu fa say ya translator me na me translate enti ye tu fa ni US antan na se yakwa de safa kase pa ye bie punu e ko Georgia nya kro ketwa o abroche Georgia so papa na ne kuro a wo Georgia ni mu ho safoa ene ye dia ma Dr. Kwaku Oteng na kwadwo bisa no sa ohwe sa dia eye abasobode na kwa na bibimam hwan ne ye ko no nsan na anum nipa ban ene wo mo kwaje sa abasobode ni bi do so nipa san ene ba ko pe na ka doctor ho wono so wo ye doctor Americana ye ono so o ka ye Dr. Kwaku Oteng ene wo mo pa kwaje sa asafo no na Nigeria wo mbekwa ho but wo munya nru ho na mo bebi o madre wo munya nu pe the whole of Africa bibimam nyina da city of Christo wo mo de safo no
Stonecrest. Stonecrest.
Woman is Safano at the man say something. There's a to me aqua yet juma or more. What him say or said a year COVID-19 by US no I had doing it to one more a deep near the DNT by year near my baby. And remember business is nibisika so mo fa nya adwuma nkra super bibi so mbotom nya dia na ade ba kwa akwadwo bisa no se he wo hwe agwa e ba ye ya o mampanyin dada de wokufo de ba ya nanka ni so ade hunu no ani we ya ye pe enso gogwa saa na ya bibia o se gina ho se koto ho se butu wo bi ntumi hunu de ekọ enti yeyi o didi ye se betimi agye no se hwe Stonecrest wo mo ni agro adwuma wo mo ye no ye target chese se be ya wo de wo dwadie de ba ho a se ne ye next level ye de kọ ya Georgia ho nyina ye de kọ shata ho aha kore ba soto in America enti ye de kọ pie mo hoi wo so wo mo bo target wo mo hwe se bia ye ru betimi adidwa na Stonecrest for ha be na wo ho niema be na wo mo hwehwe adwuma be na ka obi o ho a ye beto nya se bia wo se ne mekosi sebe agyanan wo ha se na nkrofo no wo mo kura nya ne hia wo mo ana se factory we bia chips wo mo so mpa chips bia banche na nka wo mo nya wo mo pe na no bi ne wo mo yo nto wo mo hwehwe ma hunu se no so mesi obentere adwuma no wo yo no me didi yesu o tamba kuro no so a be ko de ni mi ye papa nti ena wo mo de sa abasobode ne ma nti agwade no aye bibia wo no we de enya de be sa enti kwan bia so wo mbetimi adudwa ne yie ama yen Ghana fo anya ho faso wo so Stonecrest fo no so ebenya ho faso nti na ne tenti ne tietie mu a ena mabɔ ne tofa de ama nti enche na sa abasobode kese safo mu a ne kese pa goyi ya ye de ama ye boss Dr. Kwaku Oteng na ye nyene wa ha ono kura de ba ya ka me kura me ma ne kwa ma ne ye jene sei ye kwa US abrochimem Georgia ekuro ya mayor no wonye mayor ketwa mayor US a lawyer for Donald Trump hwe nyasem ketwa na meka ne sa no US a lawyer for kuku damakese na abo papa na ba so me kire mayor no odi Jason Larry no ntinye se we nkoda de fitire mayor bi mayor kakrakapa ya bibifo a wo ho no mo agi ne tumu se papa we enti mayor no kura no wo start wo ho so wo start kese any ade anti Ghana ha e fa se nkroma so no je Ghana de gina ho de ade se mayor sa no won na e ma yesafo ya ye kwako bia no e wo Georgia abrochi US abrochi mem dase
why there
so we are seeing na de super na US kind of was rent ye ma safo US and na the part yeah did you understand what I said
Stonecrest in Georgia.
Frankly, before I go to my CEO, do you have specific products that will be allowed into the city?
Do I have a specific
That,
product?
I mean, if you have products that will be allowed
we
to
do
the
not.
city about people who want to do business with
Correct. So that's a great point. So it really goes back to really establishing the protocol, because everything that we do, for the most part, what you're saying is we create the mold. We establish it. So for example, we do a career fair. I'm the first to do the career fair. We do the state of the city. I'm the first to do the state of the city to create the address for the mayor. So everything is, for the most part, a first. So there's no specific product. But what we would do is, I've already had opportunity to talk with the embassy, so that will answer a lot of questions.
Okay.
On this trip is really to establish the relationship, to put a name with a face. We've had opportunity to do a Zoom call prior to coming here, so we got a little bit familiar.
Also, the embassy is aware of everything.
Yes, the embassy knows that I'm here.
Okay.
Absolutely. And on top of it, in terms of the city, in just 3 short years, through the mayor's leadership, we have been able to attract more than $1 billion worth of investments to our area. Our area was not receiving that type of attention before we became a city. So having that, what you're having is a group of dynamic leaders who create the opportunities that did not exist for us before.
Okay.
Yeah. So Georgia they've created other cities before. It was kind of a new phenomenon. You know, it was initially started because, you know, quote unquote, other communities wanted to create their own city and not have all their services and money going to the south side,
Okay.
quote unquote. I think you all can translate. So whenever we decide to create that city, I mean, it just created a unique opportunity. It liberates people. It says that we can do something, that we can achieve something. And for us as African Americans, we try to take advantage of that. And in that $1 billion worth of investments, we have a project which is centered around our mall, which is a 1.2 million square foot mall. We have a gentleman who is really the Kwaku Oteng in the United States, in our city, who's purchased a lot of that property. And so he's got a revenue bond, and he's going to do $700 million to go directly into the mall area, to build it up, to create what we call the new Wall Street.
Okay.
I gave the history about it before in another session. The new Wall Street is the history of dealing with Tulsa, Oklahoma, when African Americans in the 1920s, 30s period were basically burned out of their homes, burned out of all of their offices, their jobs, everything that they created. It was one of the most prominent communities that had ever been created, aside from outside of being here in Atlanta. It was going to be the next big community. And so what we're doing is trying to recreate that energy right inside the city of Stonecrest. So we have some dynamic developments that will spring up. We're only 20 miles just outside of the city of Atlanta. We still have access to I-20, which is the main corridor, one of the main freeways inside of Metro Atlanta. And then on top of that, on top of having that access, we're the top 5 wealthiest communities inside of all of the black communities inside of all of the nation. So top 5 in wealth. So you can find a home from the low sides of maybe 100,000 all the way upwards to the $1 million properties inside of the city of Stonecrest. So that's kind of the history of where we are.
Okay. Yeah, before mentioning, but I'm come CEO. Where are some pakakraka?
Asama, Commander, emu ihama ebroso. I'm the president and founder of Angel Group of Companies, Dr. Kwaku Oteng. Papa, and you maybe say, dear, ye Nayana, say, no cribine and poise. Intiana wo kana bi on ma senye se Al Franklin free America aba bi duru no edi adanse e wo papa Dr. Oteng ho obi beka se ebia otu e ka boso mintiana hoahoa ana ye hoahoa no na mema a brief medin komo kakra bi afa dwumadie a akoso yi ho me wo ho ana Roxen na frame no sir Bronzy, and you may be seen a way the band they are nodding. I'm so had a idea no cost. No, so Stonecrest for a frame. Na omo consultant a friend na and communing in say omushe nipa waji awards pa locally and globally. Nothing so omo due diligence omo a shen nyoma and nipa no to yen and sheye any nyuma we baby ewo Ghana. Na omo pese omo man key to the city. Na key to the city no yenim se enye ade bia keke. Papa Dr. Oteng na wehwi edikan. Ye entrepreneurs ne nkofo a omo abie nwuma wo Ghana ne Africa. Dr. Oteng na ya select no. Na ese asem na me dedodo. Nti me imagine se de asem na de no me ma asem no ede no enwura me ma ne mroso na yenso ye de ani beto fom ne ahwe no kra e wa asem nim nti ema me imagine say mepem my due diligence to me the chances so mudi kan muni kan emre an official letter nti ende kwansima ho the letter no ebaye the mayor of Stonecrest say ya papa Dr. Oteng or the sa dwumadie na na so the key to the city ashenensa nti ebaye nam say and I still have to forge forward and also make sure say my pay and you maybe at the account. And I'm say okay, me here Zoom conference call. Until you was so you should have coffee conference call no Zoom no. Ye Zoom no. Na mayor was so na our Franklin was so na consultant no so was so. Ye nyina Zoom no. Me see me be man so wa because asem no emu edadodo.
Shana Dr. You and DNB.
Na president and founder so a statesman. India mo bia mesina twetwe or kwan bia so said the answer and fata. And so we have a very, very good relationship with the commercial office, US Embassy, commercial office, and Angel Group Cra and chair last year near platinum sponsors or commercial office. I call Houston, I call and your Mukodi Juma Fefe. Enti many commercial office ekasai, and I sent them the document that had been sent to me. Made them hold on. Yes, your due diligence. It took them like about 3 days. They go back to me, they're like, Bronzy, it's authentic, very authentic.
Okay.
I've spoken to the mayor of Stonecrest and they are ready. Almost the president and founder of Angel Group, Dr. Kwaku Oteng, the key to the city. International Assembly, Intimene Omokasai, I had the opportunity to speak to the mayor. Na me mayor ne kasa na mbuta ne say, "Edi nti na mo ye sade no almost know the way the president and founder etimi reach out globally to the world no. Ebro adwen entase so. No mo hwe nyuma or working force of 5,000 and over. Aside the nyuma we be Angel Group of companies, conglomerate kakrakawi Angel Labor Products, Angel Educational Complex, ABNI, saying estates, transport and trading, everything. Adunko Company Limited, all products, num crane share num kwase, employment. And aside no cry philanthropist, and now philanthropic car jobs are oh yeah ni numa oh yeah no. And no cry na just say mo cry. Enti omuhwe omukeka ne ma bebre ne ma ne bi ho no ma kyese ohwe se nipa no kyese waye research ankasa waye research akonanim ansa na otimi aka we life support the president and founder de koma akomfa no che so we so to life support worth over $30,000 no de akoche omo covid brainim so we covid brain dwuma suna Dr. Oteng ye yisika over 1.8 million Ghana cedis. A chair PPEs and one deprived homes during the lockdown. There was no hospital, there was no orphanage that was not visited. Across, Tremuko, Sirim, and Fanny Uncle. Say hard work and caught unrewarded. And to be just said, the president and founder of the group, Dr. Oteng, we did Masuno. Sorry, hand sanitizer, brem we ding, all closures or your close border closures. Dr. Oteng said there be my closing my alcohol line because I me raw material me use to my primary raw material alcohol. And my closing lines nibi. They may any send me produce sanitizer. I'm making sure say sanitizers no e wa bonting na price na escalate akosro no me the and making sure say abafom.
Sounds like papa chani.
Sounds like papa. Enti yes, sanitizers are COVID-19 anti-man bebre nyina Dr. Oteng dimu akotene ema no ebroso. Enti sa wo hwe sa anyo mani nyina ekeka boom plus and minus not just ama go for no mudika said the ana Captain Smart dokere asemi dika. Tina say president founder sam no edika. Enti ni nyina mu no e kire say president and founder or statesman. Na statesmanship no enne de no edrum pempenso a ede aduri na asam no de dekra ba ko wom ni say o ma me hu say when you are being handed over say amount key to the city said the president for edi ni bisu say bi mu friend Biden bi friend Biden no I was say president and founder or a present during that time say inaugurating was a president or enti Dr. Kwaku Oteng regardless of when you know you have many key to the city in India. Yes, the president is so America president for Fra Wabani didn't see so
official invitation.
I'm an official invitations omra because if you are seeing usana o dwini krobi a obese when you go so America na adwene ho America you are say entino say Dr. Tinze baby o minim say by now we by now me sure so adwuma e be grow on production already ekoso because on odu adwuma jaye see we do says no do 5:30 timi me sure so on dey be grow on production but so bit tia on come on kan share no man no mo na beti say there one American president
for onyan shia no kra
na onyan shia no kra
oh
onyan shia no kra enti enne ana obi shia no e wo Kumase
okay
enti ni nyina nkamfo ano emse me ka se ya papa be kokra akọ na wakohwe se the president for freeze mo amom sem serious serious captain and then as say bi obi ana adwen asai na obi adwan ni ahwe kwan ho na wo kwan ho no wo fa adwan na manfo bone so ben pa we dance
munja ma mindi mani
munya me na me fa ma na dance enti president and founder nyankopon ni na di ni yi asai say nyame ni na di ni yi no ono anso aye adwuma said I'm kind hard work we are hard worker you don't end up say on your rewarded it's reward no e bi na Stonecrest for adwene ho enye asam ko onye South Africa na America because it's America nti America bi America nyina Americans nti no president and founder baby will be no
doc
yamamo kase
if you draw that corner metal shine do polish beba na ma shine Roxy abante ya friend Roxy we pe rura chen na ye be chiwato baby ya yewura no ho na owura ne so na sane ma we nyina na Roxy ye da ase menim se bibi o ha obeka je se mo konti ya se mo kasa briefly
say the CEO e kan ye fa Dr. T no be 2 years ni ene ato Africa pa na your last place call by we have to tour the whole Nigeria so kaka say obebo ko Nigeria no what mean say Ghana wo image wo international world and nipa so shortlisted no so na omodoso ne moni ni tumi a etimi point say osimesi na yemfa ema no but here the age man say be due diligence near SSN conform kwa demo records say kono obi any criminal records enti Ghana etimi di obi report koma CID so investigating say e be say ye man awo na the born abaso na abaso body en so no edimu enti say ye che background checks in here man ye bi on Nigeria ye bi so Ethiopia ye bi South Africa Egypt just to see what to do. But the ma Dr. T Ebeda and so so many premises are lay the fundamentals now ninas or we need solidly Emma who say or a deserving person any idea be a say be wako prema ho there be untimin prema ho a idea as a would deserving a selection committee so enter Ghana and South Africa over to my year or recommendations on Ghana say the nipa be 25 thereabout and the presenting omwe Nigeria de bebre adine bebre I had encounter on Nigeria twice October I'm visiting finally and I'm saying further visit on Nigeria now can you be call Ethiopia and lockdown about our match and we still have to communicate through social media platforms in Myanmar and finally no you wanna a consultant on the the final person who deserves the king. Efrey said now they've satisfied a Ghanaian. Tomoka Ghanaian crime Madria mas Domuka was overwhelmed as a manager ebro so.
Yetian say Ghanani.
Ghanani. Now Makwana Nam Krobisus now Mabanasi and I'm a Ghanani. Now make also many an Israeli in a Koye and other people for other countries. So we did a good job. But the Niger woman say,
wow, offer.
I'm offer. Now, now it's like America now going to meet the Americans. In fact, America obey the power.
Okay.
Now they make a check or more business.
Na Roxy John also American president that.
Oh, American president. It's easy. Now, any year when we say, Tamana, Mr. Champo Casano, or can be about the inauguration of the U.S. president. As a president and founder of Angel Group of Company, Ecobino. And your idea, so easy to get that access. I'm like president of other countries, and you say, baby, today, so you say the president of Ghana, or now say Nigeria, whatever, say, come to such an inauguration. It is when you are given a key. Now we're saying your opportunity to have some access at such a great occasion, a history. May make us say we are celebrating history, and this history, it has come to stay. Being the first Ghanaian and even a black Ghanaian a black African or African or no or Tinicrom, I was shall say from nowhere. Now we're projecting the values and Yema. You see, Abraform ready and the Chrome how Ghana ye penipa say Ghana ye pensema e won fata say can. But bro, look beyond that. And Yema a projecting the values and no in here. So we are so grateful, say. Al Franklin. Al Franklin. He didn't say Al no, or the Al Franklin. Yes. Now Al Franklin, a very powerful person, and then and you know kwa eso nebaye. Michael eso ewa. At the Kumasi, they also have opportunity to talk. Yeah. At the same time, so and Stephanie ewa.
More Kumasi. More time on unti.
And you know,
yes. Franklin, do you have anything to say? Finally, yes. Thank you.
I do have some more to say. But sometimes my brain moves a little slow, so I'm going to try to say it quickly. We have honored a few more people.
Okay.
Nigeria, Miss Nigeria.
Okay.
When the Miss Universe pageant was inside the United States, we honored her.
Okay.
At the city. We also have a sister city relationship with Kaswa, Mayor Michael Mensah.
Okay, Kaswa.
Yes, Kaswa.
Okay.
That relationship was established by...
when was that?
That happened in August.
Just last August?
Just last August.
Oh, okay.
That happened because, is it Nana Empa? Nana Obakese Empa.
Okay.
Or I believe I'm getting it right. He actually showed up at City Hall during the period of coronavirus, and he was laid over for a while, and he had someone who actually lived inside of the city of Stonecrest, whom he calls a sheikh, so which means he assists him. And the relationship started from there. And that's really how we got it rolling. And from there, we got our consultant involved. And that's how we kind of moved the relationship. So hello to him, because he has Obakese University. And he just did a grand opening recently with that.
All right. Thank you so much,
yes,
Franklin, for your time this morning.
Yes.
And have a good stay in Ghana.
Thank you.
I will take you to a very popular fufu joint.
Okay.
Yes, so you can enjoy real traditional Ghanaian food. The place is called Abofun. We'll take you to Abofun.
Okay.
We'll take you there when you come from Kumasi, so don't worry.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah? Yeah, can fatu.
Ntinia me je matwa. Asemwe de nanka ye wi ayam po e.
And the
so by white bibia beka ho say ase no. Eni ade.
Nante kira ho here.
We kira ho.
Me no me yam po no ne kwa bi nanto aso.
Aha. Ya kura America na nye kura keto. Oh, dey betray. Dan no me kai say ye former president ko America Brante Bako. The first time Modru, onye Drew airport and Koto da for muni say oh. When just went to America. And yes, was
akwane ya yare.
What fa?
There be a mungu so. Na me se be
ha. America is the we are singing so ya Russia won you wi. So ya China won twete. Enya dia. Just America on the thing. And until me to so na Al Franklin. My money ya wa hwam Drew a. No wasa. Enti Al Franklin. That's a wa. and they know my American Casa. What Casa no, Quajobi San and Yambiano, a dready special be wha. Ebia a BT be Ghana for no. Ebia ready a fat paper ne pen compare a bebo no man and go away in a check business. Any idea? And also, and let's say be a cratch areas to be no pen or cotton or horn more. And I said, Banjika Kurobi, any idea. Name say US Embassy Nankasa no more baby or more Ghana Jedi any idea. Womu ye be or na nyonko fano edi kan na fe ye hunu niema hodoa ye betimi akoton ewo ye Stonecrest hono mo wo kire mu se ukọ Stonecrest ya emfie miensa investment o maye no $1 billion de ye ekope bosia ni bi no $1 billion investment and o maye your dollars you na ohwe a papa ba ko bi e wo Stonecrest ho a ene ne sika say tam wo bi obetimi de sika ne na dwumadi atoto no pa Dr. Kwaku Oteng tu wo ka hia wo nche na mensa enti na eno na me ka ho asem enti o nyam na me broni de ma ne Bible nka ba Donald Trump ko president bi na me ka kire
financial facility of more than $700 million
wo say
Makawi
enti de sika ketwa no what says papa no work na sem no 7 million na Kwadwo kan
700
700 million papa no person
na ya $7 million enyin sika bia
oh no na da no Ewuraba bi pebi
$7 million
Ewuraba bi na
guys $7 million
enti na nyes ka atwa 700 million
Teflon
papa no area bia onam ho a ase onam Osu High Street Osu High Street New York City unam Times Square
ya brefo
who do what
ti my fancy and just see o kwan